Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to this video or stream if you're gonna watch it live. Welcome to this video or stream if you're gonna watch it live. We're gonna have a pretty chill one today. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of self-improvement things, do a little bit of writing, could watch a little bit of YouTube, watch some Andrew Tate. Ooh, actually, what should we watch? Okay, actually, you know what we're gonna do first is we're gonna try to find some life stories from people that have gone through a lot of adversity. That's what I'd like to do today. Let's see. The goal here is to just find people who have struggled a little more than I have, just to put a little bit of perspective into my life. If that makes sense. People. Let's see. Interesting. This sounds like a great video. Make sure we can hear this. This sounds like a great video. Yep, okay.
Albert Einstein grew up in a middle-class family. When he was born, his family was scared that something was wrong with him. He had a very large and misshapen head. But fortunately, within the first few weeks, the shape of his head became normal. But their worries didn't stop there. When he was very young, his parents thought he might be intellectually disabled.
So I'm just gonna write down a few things that I collect from this. If you guys want to join me, that'd be awesome.
Because he was very slow to learn to talk and did not speak until he was 4 years old. At that time, he often formed full sentences in his thoughts, but did not speak. He used to practice the sentences in his head or whisper them softly under his breath until he got them right, and then say them aloud. Many people believed Einstein would never succeed at anything. When he was 5 years old, his worries didn't stop there. When he was
Real quick.
Albert Einstein grew up in a middle-class family. When he was born, his family was scared that something was wrong with him. He had a very large and misshapen head. But fortunately, within the first few weeks, the shape of his head became normal. But their worries didn't stop there. When he was very young, his parents thought he might be intellectually disabled, because he was very slow to learn to talk.
Very slow. when learning to talk.
Talk and did not speak until he
Wow. Interesting.
He was 4 years old. At that time, he often formed full sentences in his thoughts, but did not speak. He used to practice the sentences in his head or whisper them softly under his breath until he got them right, and then say them aloud. Many people believed Einstein would never succeed at anything. When he was 5 years old, his father showed him a simple pocket compass, and Einstein was fascinated, and that was the beginning of his obsession with science. He also began playing the violin at the age of 6 and would continue to play throughout his life. At school, Einstein was a good student. Most of his grades were high, and he was near the top of his class, but mainly because of math and science, so his grades depended mostly on his interest in the subject. When Einstein was only 10 years old, he started educating himself. By the age of 12, Einstein taught himself geometry, and by the age of 15, he mastered calculus.
See, that's insane. That's what sets him apart. Most people don't actually start trying to educate themselves till after they're out of school, because they realize that they're not getting information anymore, you know? But to be 10 years old and decide to start teaching yourself about things you are passionate about, that's exactly how it should be for everyone, I think. And I wish I caught on to that earlier.
But he hated the disciplined and rigid style of the teachers, so he dropped out of school at the age of 15 and left Germany to avoid.
Dropped out of school at 15. I feel like I'll get to that in a second.
Military service. His parents were worried that their son became a school dropout with no employable skills and not very promising future. But Albert Einstein did not quit his education.
Parents doubted him.
He applied to the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, and believe it or not, he failed the entrance exam.
Damn. To where?
And believe it or not, he failed the entrance exam. Albert Einstein failed an exam. Well, he wasn't prepared. He excelled at math and physics, but his knowledge on subjects other than that was not good. So he failed the exam and had to take it a second time, and then he was admitted. There he met his future wife, Mileva Maric. She was the only woman among the 6 students in that section. After finally graduating, he couldn't get a job in academia for almost a decade.
Wow.
Every one of his professors knew that Albert was brilliant, but they were also bothered by his rebellious and disobedient side. So they refused to recommend him for various positions, so the academic institutions wouldn't hire him. But young Einstein needed money, so he got a job as a clerk in a patent office. The job was mostly mindless and very easy for Einstein, so he liked the job because he had so much free time to study and research while working there, and he developed his most important theories while working his boring job. He developed the theory of relativity and the world's most famous equation. Einstein was nominated for a Nobel Prize.
You're telling me Einstein came up with his greatest equation at a desk job? God damn. That really puts things into perspective. That it doesn't really matter what you're doing. You can always reach for better. You can always look for better.
But did not receive it until 11 years later. Albert Einstein became the most influential physicist of the 20th century. His research changed the world. He wrote hundreds of books and was also a great philosopher, so there's so many things to be learned. I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious. So follow your curiosity, whatever that is. See where it goes. Never be afraid to question the world around you, and don't be afraid of failing and making mistakes along the way. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Dare to discover and dare to make mistakes. That's what divides successful people from unsuccessful. Don't be afraid to conquer your fears, and don't be afraid to follow your passion. You don't have to be the next Einstein. Be the best you can be. So rise up tomorrow and become a person you would be proud of. The world is waiting for you. So, what's your story?
Word, that was great. Okay. Ooh, Jim Carrey.
How are you this afternoon? Alrighty then.
This rubber-faced king of comedy pretty well defined silly, slapstick humor in the 90s, with movies like Dumb and Dumber and Liar Liar becoming instant classics. But just because he makes us laugh on camera doesn't mean he's necessarily happy off of it. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and in this video, we're exploring the heartbreaking life of Jim Carrey. Born in Newmarket, Ontario, and raised and schooled in a handful of cities in southern Ontario, Jim Carrey has always been the loud, expressionist kid vying for attention, pulling faces, and doing voices. And at the age of just 10, he wrote a letter to Carol Burnett of The Carol Burnett Show, explaining how his impressions would make him a perfect addition to the lineup. He didn't get the part, but he did get a form rejection letter that somehow didn't deter him from reaching for the stars.
I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive.
Impressions would make him a perfect addition to the lineup. He didn't get the part, but he did get a form rejection letter that somehow didn't deter him from reaching for the stars.
I'm just making.
Okay, Jim Carrey.
Making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way.
Any spare time he had on his hands would be used to work on his act. Unfortunately for Jim, there were severe financial setbacks early on in his comedy career. When he was 14, his father Percy lost his job, resulting in the family becoming homeless and living in a van for a short while.
Damn. Dude, that's rough.
Jim, his father, and his two siblings would make ends meet with janitorial work.
Especially when he lost his job when he was 51. That really broke him.
Jim's father was keen to support his career, driving him around to gigs as he attempted to make a name for himself. But his mother and father struggled to support him financially.
Parents struggled to support him financially. Damn, dude. Fuck. Jim Carrey just came out the mud, dude.
Eventually, the family was able to move into a house again, and as a result, Jim was able to put together a more polished act for the stage. But with his mother falling ill, Jim was forced to drop out of school when he was just 16 to help his family.
I think all funny. People are born from sick moms.
Yeah, always.
You know? But she was a hoot, too.
This did, however, allow the young comedian to dedicate more time to his craft.
Drink water.
And no matter what, he was determined to succeed, with every roadblock seemingly serving as further inspiration to make something of himself. Even when he was devastated with the passing of his mother in 1991, or when his father died just 3 years later.
Don't worry about my brain deteriorating.
With every roadblock seemingly serving as further inspiration to make something of himself. Even when he was devastated with the passing of his mother in 1991, or when his father died just 3 years later.
Damn.
Don't worry about my brain. Brain deteriorating. I can still sling better with the best of them.
With performances at the Comedy Store, a support slot for Rodney Dangerfield, and early TV credits to include an evening at the Improv, the Duck Factory, and of course a regular spot on In Living Color, Carrey was slowly but surely climbing the comedy pecking order. And what followed were monumental roles in the likes of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, all of which were in the same year, by the way.
Wow. His 3 breakthrough movies came all in the same year.
But during his rise to fame, Carrey found himself in the press numerous times for a different reason: his love life. In 1987, he married actress Melissa Womer, but they divorced in 1995. Jim also married Dumb and Dumber co-star Lauren Holly, although that marriage lasted less than a year. He was also briefly engaged to Renee Zellweger, and in 2005 met model and actress Jenny McCarthy, whom he dated until 2010.
Damn, he's been in a lot of relationships.
In fact, it was his relationship with McCarthy, a huge supporter of the anti-vaxxer movement, that saw Carey back the same movement and receive heavy criticism in the press. Perhaps his most controversial relationship, however, was with makeup artist Catriona White, whom he met in 2012. Their on and off relationship was very much tied to their bond over depression, something Jim has spoken out about in great depth.
I've read a couple of places where you said you've struggled with depression from time to time. I was on Prozac for a long time.
Although only a fairly recent confession by Carey, depression has very much been a huge factor in his life for a long time. He's spoken out about how his depression was linked to his struggle with identity. In fact, during his time filming Man on the Moon in 1999, Carey immersed himself in method acting and became former comedian Andy Kaufman, who he was portraying. There was even a documentary entitled Jim and Andy: The Great Beyond that explored the severity of Jim's characterization and ultimately the devastating effects it had on his own struggle with depression.
What, did we hit a little speed bump? Mm-hmm. And his name is Colin.
Carey has openly admitted that he feels Jim Carrey was merely a character he was playing in order to fulfill what he thought people wanted to see, which in turn led him down a path of unfulfillment.
What happened afterwards was out of my control.
In 2015, Catriona White, the former girlfriend Carey once bonded with over their shared problems with depression, took her own life via drug overdose. And a note
dude.
found.
That is intense, man.
Found after her death but written years prior cited some of Jim's actions, including mental abuse and supplying drugs, that her family viewed as likely contributing factors as to why she took her own life. As a result, White's husband filed a lawsuit against Carey, as did White's mother in 2016, implying that Carey not only supplied her with drugs, but also gave White an STD, which further added to against Carey, as did White's mother. As a result, White's husband filed a lawsuit factors as to why she took her own life. As a result, White's husband filed a lawsuit against Carey, as did White's actions, including mental abuse and supplying. Note found after her death but written years prior cited some of Jim's actions, including mental abuse and supplying drugs, that her family viewed as likely contributing factors as to why she took her own life. As a result, White's husband filed a lawsuit against Carey, as did White's mother in 2016, implying that Carey not only supplied her with drugs, but also gave White an STD, which further added to her depressive state.
A new lawsuit facing Jim Carrey, the actor is being accused of illegally obtaining and giving his former girlfriend the painkillers she later used to take her own life.
In 2018, the lawsuits were dismissed. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring. You have the option to be notified for occasional. Since Carey went public about his struggles with depression, he has surrounded himself with a spiritual lifestyle, ensuring he stays true to himself through meditation and self-reflection. In fact, his so-called strange behavior in recent interviews can be accredited to his spiritualism. Basically, he no longer cares about playing the person everyone wants to see. He is much happier in his own skin, doing what he wants.
Don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey is a great character, and I was lucky to get the part. But I don't think of that as me anymore.
He's still very much the kid from humble beginnings who wants to make people laugh. It's just taken him a while to discover the person he truly wants to be. And that is the heartbreaking life of Jim Carrey. Sure, we remember him for his side-splitting comedies, but we can also learn a lot from his journey to find happiness and to love himself. Hopefully, it can serve as inspiration for many of us.
Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this.
Well, that was great. Then goes a good one. talking about this the other day. For people that, like Andrew Tate, or Andrew Tate's perspective, or whatever the hell you want to say, a high-value individual is classified by their wealth from a financial perspective to an extent. But I disagreed and used Van Gogh as an example because he sold one painting during his life. And he was very poor for most of his life. But he still made a huge impact on art and made a big difference in the world. God. Which one do we want? Only a year ago?
The life of Vincent van Gogh was marked by poverty, loneliness, rejection, and mental illness. He was so poor he frequently had to choose between purchasing food or canvas and paint. Van Gogh was a failure in just about everything he did in life. At the same time, he was an artistic genius, way ahead of his time. Today, we're going to take a look at some facts about the tortured, miserable life of Vincent van Gogh. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know that in the summer of 1888, Van Gogh left Paris and headed to Provence, a region in the south of France. Supported financially by his art dealer brother Theo, he ultimately settled in the town of Arles. That's where he rented a house and began to dream of establishing an artist colony where he and other like-minded painters could live and work. Theo and Vincent were acquainted with Paul Gauguin, another cutting-edge impressionist that both men admired professionally. It took some persuasion, but in October of 1888, Gauguin agreed to move to the house. Initially, the two artists functioned reasonably well together. Gauguin was a streetwise former stock exchange worker, and Van Gogh was a talented but troubled young man. Unfortunately, the acerbic and condescending Gauguin and the sensitive, needy Vincent van Gogh quickly began to get on each other's nerves. Eventually, sensing that Gauguin was preparing to abandon him and the so-called artistic colony, Van Gogh got drunk and angry. According to Gauguin, on December 23rd, after yet another savage argument, he moved out and checked into a hotel where Van Gogh threatened him with a knife. Supposedly, Van Gogh sliced off much of his left earlobe, walked to a familiar brothel, and presented the bloody appendage to a prostitute named Rachel. Rachel fainted on the spot. Flowers might have been a better choice, and less bloody. Because Gauguin's self-serving account is the only one that remains, speculation about its accuracy continues to this day. One recent theory holds that Gauguin, an accomplished fencer, was actually the one who lopped off the ear during the pair's final argument. Whatever the case, Van Gogh evaded police on the night of the 23rd. However, since they knew his identity, the authorities eventually made it to his home, where they discovered him in his blood-soaked bed. The young artist was taken to the hospital and eventually committed himself to a mental asylum. Although the two artists would never...
Damn, dude.
see each other again, they would continue to correspond. In fact, just weeks later, Gauguin would send Van Gogh a letter requesting the return of paintings that he had previously gifted to Vincent. Friend breakups are never pretty. In 1889, Van Gogh was invited to exhibit at Les 20, the 20, an annual art show in Brussels sponsored by 20 local artists who displayed their own work as well as the work of invitees. Vincent submitted 3 landscapes, 2 sunflower studies, and a painting titled The Red Vineyard. Anna Bosch, the sister of one of Van Gogh's friends, paid 400 francs for the painting, which is about the equivalent of $2,000 today. Van Gogh's work had been greeted by many in the art community with derision, so Anna made the purchase to encourage him. Amazingly, this is the only publicly recorded sale of a Van Gogh that occurred in his lifetime. Today, the Red Vineyard hangs in the Pushkin Museum in Moscow.
Is he Russian?
In May of 1889, Van Gogh voluntarily committed himself to the St. Paul Asylum in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence. He was granted some studio space so he could paint, and many of the works that he turned out during this period were merely landscapes of the view from his asylum room, minus the bars. However, for what would become his most famous painting, The Starry Night, he was allowed to sketch a nightscape. The swirling skies and aura around the stars have been interpreted as everything from the symbolism of infinity to the hallucinations resulting from Van Gogh's mental illness.
Fuck. Wow.
Today, it's worth millions, but the artist thought so little of The Starry Night that he actually withheld it from the batches of paintings he routinely sent to his brother to sell in Paris, because he wanted to save money on postage. Of the painting, he commented in a letter, "Once again I let myself go reaching for stars that are too big, a new failure, and I have had enough of it."
It's kind of beautiful that the fact that most of his art was it's so well accredited right now because of how much depth there was to it and how much he was able to express his pain through his art so beautifully. Yeah, I think that's what makes his art beautiful. Is probably the fact that he struggled so much with his mental health and he was so disconnected from reality, but he was able to channel that into his medium.
Without Theo Van Gogh, you would never have heard of Vincent van Gogh. It was Theo who first encouraged his brother to pursue art as a vocation, and because his instability and mental illness made him virtually unemployable, most of Vincent's financial support came from Theo as well. Theo was also a strong proponent of Impressionist art and artists, when it was still a relatively undiscovered school of painting. Vincent lived with Theo in Paris from 1886 until 1888, and through Theo's business contacts, he met some of the most prominent artists of the time period, including Toulouse-Lautrec, Pissarro, Seurat, Cézanne, and of course, Gauguin. Theo and Vincent's remarkable relationship and Theo's unflagging encouragement and emotional support are chronicled in the numerous letters that they exchanged. Discussing his brother with another artist friend, Theo even prophetically commented, "I should not be surprised if my brother were one of the great geniuses and will one day be compared to someone like Beethoven."
Wow.
On July 27, 1890, Van Gogh made his way to the wheat fields just north of his residence at an inn in Auvers-sur-Oise. He had borrowed a pistol from his innkeeper for the stated purpose of scaring off crows while he was painting. Instead, he is believed to have turned the gun on himself. Coincidentally, one of Van Gogh's final paintings is the haunting and symbolic wheat fields with crows, an abstract work. Work filled with black crows, paths leading nowhere, and ominous skies. It depicts the field where Van Gogh attempted to kill himself. Wounding himself in the chest, he would stumble back to his inn, saying little about what he had done, and die 30 hours later with his brother at his side. The cemetery that Vincent and Theo are buried in is only a few hundred feet from the spot on which he finished the painting. Vincent van Gogh was reclusive and, by most accounts, socially inept. However, he still attempted to romance and even marry almost every female acquaintance he ever had. For example, while living in England in his early 20s, he was rebuffed by the daughter of a landlady who was engaged to another man. He was also famously rejected by his first cousin with the phrase, "No, nay, never. Hey, cuz, one was probably enough." Demonstrating behavior that today we would identify as stalking, he then showed up in Amsterdam to continue the pursuit. His cousin, for her part, would not even agree to see him. In 1882, Van Gogh made the acquaintance of a seamstress and prostitute named Clasina Maria Hoornik. Hoornik had a 5-year-old daughter and was expecting a child fathered by a man who had abandoned her. Eventually, she would move in with Van Gogh, making it the only known domestic relationship he enjoyed in his life.
This motherfucker's only relationship was a prostitute? That's tough.
Told Theo he wanted to marry the woman, but his apoplectic pastor father demanded he end the relationship, and his brother advised the same. Vincent eventually left Clasina Hoornik. As a parting gift, it turns out she gave Vincent the gift of gonorrhea. Van Gogh was one of 6 children in his family, and he wasn't the only one who struggled with mental illness for his entire adult life, and then ended it in suicide. Theo Van Gogh died under mysterious circumstances that are historically obscure but may have been related to syphilis, suicide, or mental illness. The third brother,
That is
Cornelius,
quite the array
was
of
14
assumptions. Syphilis, mental health. Wait, suicide or what the fuck? Damn.
years younger than Vincent and lived in South Africa. After his marriage disintegrated, he enlisted during the Boer-British conflict, was captured, and ended his life at the age of 33. Wilhelmina Van Gogh would spend the last 4 decades of her life in a mental institution, suffering from conditions that were similar to Vincent's maladies. The innkeeper who housed Vincent van Gogh at the Auberge Ravoux for the last 3 months of the artist's life was Arthur Ravoux. His family got to know the artist, who even took his meals with them. In fact, it was his absence at dinner on the day he attempted suicide that first alerted everyone something was seriously wrong. Upon Van Gogh's death, Arthur Ravoux, not wanting to appear greedy, refused any additional paintings from Theo, save for the 2 he already possessed, a portrait of his daughter Adeline and a landscape of the Auvergne Town Hall, which Van Gogh painted from the street in front of the inn. Both paintings were displayed in the auberge until the Ravoux family moved to the town of Moulins and operated a cafe there. In 1905, 2 American artists staying in Moulins heard that Arthur Ravoux had 2 Van Goghs and asked to see them. When they mentioned that the paint was already deteriorating and he should give the artworks to them to be preserved properly, Ravoux demanded that he be paid something, despite his belief that the paintings were virtually worthless. They quickly settled on a price, 40 francs, the equivalent of about $10 American at the time, and around 300 of today's dollars. Joanna Jo Van Gogh Bonger was born in Amsterdam in 1862 and married
Joanna Van Gogh Bonger? Nice, that's a cool name.
in Amsterdam in 1862 and married Theo Van Gogh in 1889. While this should have been a happy occurrence for both, the marriage and the son it produced may have been the main factors in Vincent's decision to end his own life. Many believe that Vincent feared that Theo, now with a growing family, would soon be unable to support him. With Theo's death shortly after Vincent's, it was left to Jo Van Gogh to make something of the then worthless artistic legacy.
Dude,
She
that's
promoted
really sad.
Vincent's work to prominent art dealers and through her publication of Letters to Theo in 1914. The book began a public fascination with the work and life of Vincent van Gogh that never subsided. After her death, her son Vincent Willem, named for his uncle, continued her work and established the foundation that is responsible for the Vincent van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. In 1990, one of the two Van Gogh Portrait of Dr. Gachet paintings was auctioned off by its owners. The painting was one of several Van Goghs owned by banker Siegfried Kramarski, who died in 1961. Kramarski bought the painting when the Nazi government purged it from a Frankfurt art museum and ordered it sold because they considered Van Gogh a degenerate. The auction caused a sensation in the art world when a Japanese industrialist, Ryohei Saito, bid $82.5 million, an amount that far exceeded the expected price of $40 million and set a new world record. Saito irritated many in the art world by placing the painting in his private office and then declaring that, upon his death, he wanted to be cremated while clutching the portrait in his arms. Lucky for the art world, Saito subsequently experienced severe financial difficulties, and the painting was reportedly sold.
Damn.
Its whereabouts today, however, are unknown. The record price would stand until May 2004, when it was broken by Picasso's Boy with a Pipe, which sold for $93 million.
Wow.
So what do you think? Who was your favorite painter? Let us know.
Well, that was a great video as well. Man, I learned a couple cool things from that. Oh shit, look, it's me. That's rough. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. Oh no. Fuck. Oh. Word. Oh dear Jesus. No. So let's talk about what we learned here. So for Einstein, he's very slow learning to talk, didn't speak till he was 4, dropped out of school at 15, parents doubted him, and he failed the entrance exam to the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, couldn't get a job in academia for nearly a decade, and most of his influential theories came from working at a desk job. That's intense, man. That shows that no matter where you're at in life, there's no real excuse for not striving for greatness. And as long as you're an able-bodied, functioning human, I mean, not even able-bodied. Like there's Stephen Hawking, and he couldn't do anything with his body when he got to a certain age, and it's incredible. He had some of the most incredible discoveries of our generation. Without an able-bodied, he had an able mind. That's all you really need. Now on to Jim Carrey. He received a rejection letter at a young age to be on the show he wanted to be on. His family became homeless at 14, and they lived in a van, worked as janitors. His parents struggled to support him financially, and he had to drop out of school at 16 to care for his sick mom and family. His parents died in 1991 and 1994, and his struggles inspired his act a lot. The things he went through with his family and his lack of financial situation drove a lot of how he wanted to portray his character and just become a better actor. His three breakthrough roles all came in the same year in his most popular movies. And he was in and out of several relationships. He struggled with depression for much of his life, and method acting affected his mental health as well. Jim Carrey's ex committed suicide, and in that letter she had almost blamed him for much of the struggle she had in her life, and possibly might have been part of the reason she killed herself, especially being that he supposedly gave her the medicine that she overdosed on. And then Van Gogh, man, his brother paid for his financials for most of his life. He was very poor, and he cut his ear off when he was drunk and depressed and fighting with his friend. Committed himself to the mental asylum. He only sold one painting in his entire lifetime. His most famous painting was during his stay at the mental asylum. And in that painting, it included what may have been seen as visual hallucinations due to his mental health, or an idea that concepts that he was learning and teaching himself through just observing the universe and the infinite depth of the universe we live in. And he was unemployable due to his mental health, so he could never have a job. And his last painting depicted where he took his own life. He was only in one relationship, and his family also struggled deeply with mental health. Wow. Puts a lot of things into perspective. I learned something today. I hope you guys did too. All right. I need to take a pee break, and then we... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Blam. What is happening? Why is this so bad? All right, I gotta go pee.
question. Your cell phone rings and you don't recognize the number. What do?
Oh, the fuck?
Ignore it. Don't answer it.
I
Not
see
me.
the problem.
I like life. The other day, my cell phone rang 917. That's a New York number. I didn't know who it was.
Bruh.
I picked it up anyway. I hit talk. I said, hello. Guy in the line goes, hey, Bruce, what's going on? My name's Jay, not Bruce. So I said, nothing much, man. What's going on with you? And he said,
Nice.
I'll tell you what's going on. I just...
Hey, you might be...
Keep an eye on that right hook, folks.
Man, fuck TikTok. That shit distracting as hell. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a good piss if you went to have a piss, whatever. Whatever. Pink. Ooh.
When you rich like this, you don't check the forecast, every day it's gon' rain. Yeah, made a brick do a brick gang, whip up shit, glitch, pure cocaine. Yeah, from the streets, but I got a little sense, but I had to go cook no brain.
Shut your
No brain,
fucking
ain't
mouth.
worried about you, I'ma do what I do, and I do my thing.
Shit, New York City for the weekend. You know the vibes. Heading to Dublin tomorrow. What's up? Let me get a ride.
I know who you are. You're not gonna fuck it up. That's that Super 73.
Alright,
Bruh, my boy Kreiner. My boy Kreiner has one of those. Shout out Kreiner if you see this. If you see this one day. That fucking bike, he dropped like, I think he dropped like 6K on it total on decking it out. He fucking got some mods on it and it goes up to like 65 miles an hour apparently. And it's so sick. It's just a little electric bike. And their pimp is fun.
Man on the back. Hey, I'm biking here. Give me something to hit this GoPro with. See that camera? Let's hit it.
Danny Duncan.
We're trying to hit that camera.
Report to the principal's office immediately. Dunkin' Donuts in real life? No way.
I haven't heard the donut joke since elementary school. What's up with this biker gang you're in, dude? This guy loves Supreme, dude.
I do,
He
man.
loves
I do. I
Supreme.
got it wrapped.
How you get your teeth so white? What's up with that?
I wipe it.
Yeah. I don't even want to stand. I can't even stand next to you on camera. This guy, dude.
What's your deal?
Nah, man. I must not have brushed my teeth good enough as a kid. Fix it in post. Hey, I'm driving here. You hear that? Hey, I'm riding here. Yeah, where's that part of New York where it's like a mini China?
Chinatown.
No, it's not that. Hey, Tony! Oh, shit. Oh, shit, cops.
Good to see you.
What up? How are you? Dang, dude, got so much money. All right. I see you. I'm famous. I forgot.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame.
I hit his tire. Whatever we want. Should I Joe Biden it and just fall over? I feel like I'm fucking 8 years old and my neighbor's like, he's like 10 years old, like, look what I can do.
Feels a little wobbly. Yeah, because Danny's been taking it off jumps.
Man, I low-key want to see the time where he fucking drives by someone and fucks with them or something, and he just pisses them off and they just start throwing hands. There's been a couple times where Danny's been in fights, and they're always so entertaining.
What'd you think?
Yeah, it looks cool.
It looks cool? You wanna try?
No. Your head went fucking badoink. Big balls, no fear.
Tiny balls. Casey's getting drone footage today.
Looks like a drill, bro.
Damn. Look at the fucking size of that thing.
Look at this thing. Pull that out, dude.
Oh my.
Why?
Oh my
Dude,
God.
I have never in my life.
That's 10 LLCs.
I have never in my life seen some shit like this. Dude, what the fuck is this, bro?
That's a hamburger.
I love the whistle throughout. The whistle throughout.
And your voice can only get so loud, you know? Super 73's horn's pretty good too. But...
No, pretty good? That thing is too loud.
like it?
Roll the clip. He's saying he can land a tray flip. He can't land a tray flip. Justin! Oh, Justin! What the fuck?
I've been doing 360 flips since I was like 10 years old.
Motherfucker got a YouTube video of it. This motherfucker pulled up a video from 2014, dude.
How do you know?
2014, he pulls up a clip. Oh my.
I can do it much cleaner, but I've done it.
Dude, you're like the Zoomies meme, dude. I did it this morning.
I can. I did one this morning.
That is gold. You had the one. There was one that closed. All right, we're on set for the Danny's Cream Pies commercial. New flavors coming out next month. Stay tuned.
We get a photo.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Oh, man, are you fucking
Yes. Are you a real cop?
Yeah, I'm a real cop too.
Hell yeah. Actually?
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Holy
New York's
shit.
finest, dude. New York's finest.
We're about to roll. This is insane.
Let me get you right in the middle with Times Square.
Oh man, I don't need one. I'm good. You want one?
Yeah, sure. Can I take one with you?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hustling the hustlers, baby. That's how you know you got it, man. When he takes the photo and puts it in his pocket. Let me see that photo.
I've never taken a free photo before.
Never?
Never.
Yeah, I actually want one.
You want one?
Yeah. Yeah, let me get one. Wait, did I just get hustled? Can I get $5? You got $5? You can get that thing out. That's how I feel when I wake up and I'm trying to piss. That's mine, dude. That's my shirt. I just want to know if he knows who I am or not. I'm just so curious. That's not my typical audience. Excuse me. Where'd you get that shirt from?
Oh, that's a good question.
That shirt's so funny.
I got it. Did you see a label there?
Oh, yeah.
What's it saying?
I don't know. Small?
I have no idea. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Thank you. I love it. Looks great. He pulls the label and he goes, I got it from, and it's just my face. I'm not good, dude.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Come here. One game.
I know.
It's cheap, man. $10 one game.
$10. You got $10? All right, Tim.
You better film this.
I'll make him pay for it. You're not gonna give me any tips or anything? Fuck.
No, you're doing well.
I have no strategy here.
That's your first mistake.
That was a mistake?
Yeah, but I'm not going to exploit it.
Every time I think that I'm the only one who's lonely, someone calls on me.
Man, I wish I had someone in here watching so I could ask questions, but I think it'd be kind of fun to play chess. Stream chess.
You got gloves? Did you talk shit to him? Shit.
Maybe Union Square wasn't the place to come.
They don't like those boards, dude. That's the second person talk shit about those boards.
It's all your fault, man.
You got a little scared right there? You asked me for backup, so
I got my boys here. If I was by myself, maybe. But with 5 deep, I'll fucking jump on anyone.
That's a bad move.
Fuck, every move, but that's a bad move.
That's checkmate.
Come on, man. Gentleman's game. I was like playing chess, you know, smacking this guy around. And I looked back and I saw a guy in your face. I was like, man, we're about to get some fucking gold, dude. I was waiting for him to swing up. I was like, win or lose, dude, I'm playing chess. He's gonna deal with the pain, not me. And all I'm gonna get is this gold footage. I guess if you skated at one time in your life, you hate these things. They're fun though. I don't know why people hate them. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. I would not go that way with that board if I were you, man. All right, so preparing for this trip, I flew to Florida, and 10 hours after I left Florida, this guy just walks right into my house and steals a bunch of shit because Harry, my friend Harry, left the door open. So yeah, this guy goes into my house, takes a bunch of shit. Honestly, just got a bunch of merch. I mean, who the fuck walks around a $5 million house and is like looking around and they grab a box of merch? The Come In Me Bro shirts, he just got a bunch of those and he got my laptop and a hard drive. That's it. The neighbor even found him and confronted him and stuff.
You're with me.
You stole fucking Danny Duncan's stuff.
So,
Who lives on the corner down there?
Because I'm black.
Where's the fucking hard drive that was in there?
Racist motherfucker. You're racist. That's not even my shit. You're racist.
Yeah, I know it's not yours. It's my stuff, motherfucker. You stole my shit. I don't normally do this, you know, guys, but since he like got into my house and everything, we put a GoFundMe in the description, so if you could just donate to that so I can just get all that merch back and that laptop, and that'd be great. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. In his defense, it was a great box of merch. Can't blame the guy, you know. That's good. That's a great shit. Where are we at?
Dublin, man. Dublin Airport, man. Dublin Airport.
Love me a good set of twins, man. Hell yeah.
So it's your first time here, is it?
Yeah, I've never been here. You show us around today?
I wish, man. We're fucking gonna go back to Leash.
Where's that?
Midlands.
Where's
Midlands of
that?
Ireland.
I love when twins always talk at the same time. They always do that.
Is it euro here?
Yeah.
Not pound?
No, jeez.
That's what's on it?
That's the biggest insult you could say.
Oh, man. I thought the UK owns Dublin.
No, they don't. Fuck the UK, man. They don't own shit.
Is the Queen of Dublin here?
You got a present, little midget.
You have a little person?
Yeah, little person.
Swear.
Look him up. A little bit taller than Keywan, he's tiny.
No way.
Look him up.
They got 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull a pint, you'll always have a job. Cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub.
I try to do YouTube, but my YouTube channel. Chilling with this guy, the Block Party, right here with Americans.
I thought you said block party.
Oh, Block Party!
I was like,
So
shit.
it's called the Black Party, the Black Party of Ireland. It's really great to meet these beautiful American people in the sun. And we barely get the sun, actually.
It's nice.
It's always raining here. You know, do you know who I am? Yo!
Hey!
Yeah, you know that I'm not bullshit. This guys think I'm bullshit, but I ain't bullshit. I'm a big deal here. Okay, listen, it was nice to meet you guys, all right?
Hell yeah.
And I hope you guys have a good time. Right? What's your name, sorry?
Danny Duncan.
Danny Donkey.
Donnie Duncan. Excuse me, do you know who I am? See, exactly. See, I'm a big deal. I'm a big deal everywhere.
You're a legend. You're a legend. Have a good time, bro.
See you, man. See you.
You know who I am? What's up, bro? Yeah, let me get a picture. Black Patty. Yeah, there we go.
You know McGregor? What are your thoughts on him?
We kind of kicked him out the family.
No one likes him anymore, huh?
I think it's kind of like...
Everyone's talking shit about him here. You like McGregor or no?
No, he's a bit of an arse, isn't he?
He's funny, right?
He's funny, but I don't really like him as a fighter, I don't think.
What the fuck? These Irish people suck, bro. You like McGregor?
I like McGregor, yeah?
Fuck McGregor.
What the fuck, dude? What is this place?
You like McGregor?
Yes, dude, he's the GOAT. It's just like crazy that everyone talks shit about McGregor. What the fuck?
Conor McGregor, he's a bit of a sap, man.
Dude, what's up with this, dude?
Well, first of all, he's just a little Dublin muppet. He's like what we call in Dublin, we call him a scumbag. Because he chats so much shit and he's not even that good of a fighter.
Come on, he's a legend.
I fucking take him, bro.
No, dude. I think he would actually rip your head off.
So do I, but listen, if I'm 7 points, I don't care.
Why, do you think everyone would like him?
I thought he would be a god to Ireland.
He's a legend, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Everyone else disagrees.
I respect where he came from and stuff like
Yeah.
What do you do if he bumped on them, eh? What happens if he bumped on them, eh? Do you like him?
What the fuck are you saying?
A bit washing if I'm being honest. Sorry, Connor. My bad. Why don't you just
Easy
tell
go. Win. In conclusion, Dublin hates Conor McGregor. Tune in next week when we visit Khabib's hometown. And people keep like recognizing me, but they just like double take. And they're just like staring at me because they're like, what the fuck? What's up, bro?
I checked your Instagram. I was like, there's no way this cunt isn't Danny Duncan. What the fuck? The hair, man. You're the only cunt in Ireland with hair like that. The fuck?
It's hot as fuck, bro. It's like Florida. God, it's so hot, dude.
You're gonna get a charge against you.
For what?
Are you here with your parents?
What? No, I can't find my mommy. Can I go home with you?
Yes, come back to the States.
You guys,
What? Wait!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, shut your fucking. For what?
Are you here with your
What?
parents?
No, I can't find my
Turn
mommy.
the corner and fucking
Can I go home with you?
Yes, come back to
It's
the
just
States.
Danny Duncan right there.
You guys,
What? Wait!
Yeah. Yeah, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. This kid's funny, bro. He's a movie character. What are you guys' thoughts on McGregor?
Yeah, a bit of a faggot.
Why does no one like him? My mind's blown, dude. Can we hang out with you guys?
Yeah, if you want.
What are you guys doing?
Going to buy marijuana.
And then what?
Smoke it.
Is it legal to smoke?
Not really, but like.
Oh, really? Might as well. Nothing else to do.
You're gonna put it in the vlog.
Oh! You see that? Oh, dude, I watched that fall from up there, dude. Throw the bottle into the window. Those look like real ones.
They are real.
They look almost real.
They are real.
Close.
We got them from StockX.
No.
They're Yeezys.
Nah, bro. That's something fucked up with that.
Remember? And your phones. Don't ever take them out around here.
Oh, it's bad?
Yeah, it is bad.
Yeah, it's about the area.
Tells us now.
There you go.
Drug deal?
Yeah, little drug deal.
Can we film it? I'm Daniel with Viceland. We're gonna find out just how easy it is for a child to acquire narcotics. You get the stuff?
Yeah, you got the stuff on the table.
Where's it at? That's all you got, bro? What the fuck is this? These guys are gonna get us into trouble. Teenage potheads control our day.
How much is the camera look?
$100.
No, it's not worth that.
We got it at Walmart.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
What's Walmart?
That is a fucking shop.
You know Target?
Fuck hard.
I'll mail you some rolling papers on my website. DannyDuncan69.com.
Are they any good?
I only make the best products,
Wait, so
man.
you sell paper, you don't smoke yourself, no?
I don't smoke. My sister smokes. My dad smokes. Keywan smokes. I make products for my friends and family, you know?
Any lighters, bro?
Who the fuck buys weed and spends all their money and then doesn't have a fucking lighter to light it? You guys are fried, dude.
Every foot. I haven't even took anything.
Wait, if cops pulled up right now, what happens?
Running.
Actually.
Yeah. Oh, you said at the right time, bro.
Where, is there cops? Oh, Garda, right there, Garda. Hey, these kids are smoking weed. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to smoke weed with my friends?
Wait, show me that again.
I keep
Show the
blowing him.
camera
I keep blowing in my face, bro. He's like, you're going here. He's like, his breath don't smell like Keywan's though. Keywan, you know Keywan?
No, what's that?
My little homie. So give me like some Irish terms I can say. You little weasel. You little weasel.
Sausage.
I feel like I'm like 12 years old and my mom just left and I'm like allowed to cuss to my friends. Step out, you fucking weasel. Fuck McDonald's.
Fuck
you. No, fuck. You guys are leaving already?
See you later.
Hey, don't do too much drugs.
When you wrist like this, you don't check the forecast. Every day it's gonna rain. Yeah.
That was fire. Man, I feel like I might need a nap. Oh, shit.
Yo.
Damn, bro, you weren't joking. 4 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah, bro. I barely slept at all last night.
That is unfortunate.
Alright. Let's go. Let's go to the fucking concert.
So, it starts at 7, right?
Yeah.
What time do you think we should get there by? And are you driving?
I guess I can drive.
Should I,